Welcome. This is the complete honest guide to the IGNOU MWGSR project, course code MWGP-101, the project work component of the Master of Arts in Women's and Gender Studies. By the end, you will know exactly what this project is, where it sits in your program, how to choose a topic, how to get your synopsis approved, how to write and submit the report, and how the Viva works. First, the quick picture. The Master of Arts in Women's and Gender Studies is an 80-credit distance program from IGNOU School of Gender and Development Studies, which we say as SOGDS. Inside it, MWGP-101 is the project work course. It carries 8 credits, it belongs to the second year, and you need a minimum of 40% to pass it. It is offered in distance mode and has been running since July 2013. So, in one sentence, MWGP-101 is a supervised research project in which you take the gender theory and research methods you learned in your coursework and apply them to a real focused question in women's and gender studies. You can complete it in one of 2 ways. The first is a research dissertation based on fieldwork or on existing texts and data. The second is an internship of 1 to 3 months in an organization working on gender or women's issues. In both cases, it ends in a written project report, and in both cases, you may be called for a Viva to defend it. To place the project correctly, look at how the program is built. Year 1 builds your theoretical core. There are 5 theory courses, each worth 8 credits. MWG-101, Theories of Women's and Gender Studies. MWG-102, Gender and Power. MWG-103, Constructing Gender Through Arts and Media. MWG-104, Gendered Bodies and Sexualities. And MANE-004, Gender and Society. Together, these 40 credits give you the concepts your project will rest on. Year 2 is where you specialize, and where the project lives. The second year offers research methods and a set of stream courses, such as MWG-005, Research Methods, MWG-106, Gendered Nation, MWG-107, Postmodernism and Gender, MWG-108, Gender and Life Narratives, MWG-109, Women and Social Structure, MWG-110, Women in Political Processes, and MWG-111, Women in the Economy. And here alongside them sits MWGP-101, Project Work. In the second year, you choose one of 2 specializations, and this shapes your project. Stream 1 is Gender, Literature and Culture. It looks at the humanities through a gender lens, at texts, media, discourse and representation, and its projects are often text-based, with lighter fieldwork. Stream 2 is Women's Studies. It looks at the social, political and economic side, at empowerment, work, policy and participation, and its projects are often built on fieldwork. Your degree is awarded with your chosen specialization named on it. Now, a reassuring point. You do not start the project from zero. MWG-005, Research Methods, is a second-year course, and it is built precisely to prepare you for this project. It walks you through research design, sampling, data collection, and analysis. If you study that course seriously, the hardest parts of your synopsis, the objectives and the methodology, almost write themselves. Before we go further, let us clear 5 common mistakes that cost students time and marks. Myth 1 is a code mix-up. Online you will see MWGP-101 and MWGP-001 used as if they were the same. For the current Master of Arts in Women's and Gender Studies, your project course is MWGP-101. Write that exact code with the correct digits on every form and on the envelope. A single wrong digit can misroute your synopsis and delay your approval by weeks. Myth 2. Many students believe the project is always compulsory. In the second year, the project is offered alongside theory courses. And in several study plans, you may take MWGP-101 for its 8 credits, or take an equivalent theory course instead. Choose the project if you enjoy research and want a real writing sample for your CV. Choose theory if research access is genuinely difficult for you this session. Because study plans can vary, confirm your exact requirement in the current program guide before you decide. Myth 3. People assume the project must be a heavy fieldwork dissertation. It need not be. You may instead complete an internship of 1 to 3 months in an organization that works on gender or women's issues, such as an NGO, a women's commission, or a research center. Even then, you write a structured report on what you did and learned, and you attend the Viva. So a lack of field access is not a real reason to avoid MWGP-101. Myth 4. And this is where marks are quietly lost. A powerful opinion about patriarchy or inequality is not a project. MWGP-101 must show a clear research question, a stated method, real evidence, and honest analysis. The examiner wants to see a gender lens applied through proper methodology, not a passionate essay. Your conviction should drive the work, but it cannot replace the method. Myth 5 is about routing. Some older websites still tell students to send the synopsis to the School of Education. That is outdated. The Master of Arts in Women's and Gender Studies today is run by the School of Gender and Development Studies, SOGDS. Your synopsis travels through your regional center to the discipline of gender studies within SOGDS. Sending it to the wrong desk is one of the most common and most avoidable causes of delay. Now let us walk the full journey, from idea to Viva. There are 6 stages. 1. Choose a focused, clearly gendered topic that you can actually research. 2. Fix a supervisor and write the synopsis with their written consent. 3. Get that synopsis approved through your regional center. 4. Do the research, collecting your data or studying your texts ethically. 5. Write and format the report in the prescribed structure. And 6. Submit the report and attend the Viva to defend your work. We will now take these one at a time. A quick note: 3 of these stages, topic selection, synopsis writing, and detailed formatting, each have their own dedicated video on this channel. In this guide we cover them clearly. But for the deepest step-by-step treatment of each, do watch those companion videos. That way this project video stays focused and complete, and you still get full depth on every part. Everything starts with the topic. Get this right and the rest is far easier. A good topic passes 7 tests. It is narrow enough to finish in a single session. It has a genuine gender lens at its center, not just women as a side detail. It has enough published literature for you to review. Its data or its texts are actually reachable for you. It fits your specialization stream. It is ethical and safe to study. And it can be written as one clear research question. If your idea fails even one test, tighten it before you write the synopsis. If you are in the women's studies stream, strong topic areas include the following: unpaid care and domestic work, women's participation in the workforce, the impact of one specific welfare scheme on women, women in local self-government, girls' education and school dropout, health access for women, women's self-help groups, and safety and mobility in public space. Each of these can be narrowed to one ward, one block, or one group. If you are in the gender, literature, and culture stream, you can build an equally strong project from texts without heavy fieldwork. Consider women's voices in selected fiction, gender in a chosen body of poetry, the representation of women in cinema, gender in advertising or in the media, widowhood in a set of short stories, masculinity in a chosen text, folk narratives and gender, or life writing and memoir by women. Here your evidence is the text itself, read closely through a gender lens. Let us fix one example to follow through the rest of this guide. A study of the gender division of unpaid care work among dual-earner households in Ward 12, Bhopal. Notice why it works. It is narrow, one ward and one type of household. It is clearly gendered. The very question is about who does the unpaid work. It has plenty of literature. The respondents are easy to reach and the cost is almost nothing. It is ethical, and it states as one clean question. A gender, literature and culture student could instead take, say, the representation of widowhood in selected Hindi short stories and follow the same logic. With a topic fixed, you write the synopsis, the document that must be approved before you begin. A synopsis is short, usually a few pages, but every part matters. It carries a clear, specific title, a short introduction and background, a rationale that says why the study matters for gender studies, your research question or hypothesis, objectives that are specific and measurable, your methodology and sample, your tools, such as a questionnaire, an interview guide, or your set of texts. And finally, your references and a simple work plan. Our synopsis video covers each of these in full detail. An important detail: the synopsis is never sent alone. You enclose the signed proposal pro forma, filled and signed by both you and your guide. You enclose the supervisor's biodata, signed by them, unless your guide is your own IGNOU academic counselor, in which case biodata is not required. You enclose the supervisor's consent or certificate, and you enclose the synopsis itself, following the project manual. An incomplete proposal is simply not accepted, so use a checklist. Who can actually guide your project? IGNOU sets clear rules. Your guide must be genuinely qualified in the field. A person with an MPhil or a PhD in women's or gender studies with roughly 2 years of teaching experience qualifies. So does someone with a master's in the field and about 2 years of postgraduate experience. So does a master's holder with about 5 years of undergraduate teaching experience. And your own IGNOU academic counselor for the program can also guide you. Please confirm the exact wording in the current project manual, as these criteria can be revised. Here is a practical shortcut many students miss. If you choose your own IGNOU academic counselor as your guide, you do not have to attach a separate biodata, because the university already holds it. That removes one whole form from your file. But remember, one academic counselor may guide only a maximum of about 10 learners at a time, so approach them early in the session before their slots fill up. Once approved, you do the actual research. Here is how to do it well and safely. There are 3 honest ways to gather your evidence. Qualitative research uses interviews, focus groups, and close reading of texts. It is best when you want lived experience and meaning. Quantitative research uses surveys and numbers, and it is best when you want to measure how widespread a pattern is. Mixed methods combine a survey with a few interviews. It is powerful, but it is heavier to manage in a single session. For most first projects, one well-done method beats 2 half-done ones. Because gender research often touches sensitive personal ground, ethics are not optional. Always take informed consent before you record anyone. Keep your respondents anonymous in the report, using codes rather than names. Store your data safely. Never pressure anyone to answer. And report your findings honestly, even when they do not match what you hope to find. An examiner respects an honest, careful study far more than a convenient one. Now we assemble the report. IGNOU expects a standard academic order. Before Chapter 1, the preliminary pages must appear in the right order. First, the title page, with your name, enrollment number, and study center code. Then the approved synopsis pro forma and the approved synopsis. Then the certificate of originality signed by your supervisor. Then your declaration, acknowledgements and table of contents, and an abstract of about 150 to 200 words. These pages are your file's first impression, so keep them clean. The body of the report follows a 5-chapter skeleton. Chapter 1, The introduction sets the context, the question, the objectives, and the scope. Chapter 2. The review of literature shows what other scholars have already found. Chapter 3. The methodology explains your design, sample, tools, and ethics. Chapter 4. Findings and analysis presents your data and reads it through a gender lens. Chapter 5. The conclusion answers your question, admits your limits, and offers suggestions. After that come your references and appendices. On formatting, keep it simple and consistent. Type on A4 paper in a clean, readable font with 1.5 line spacing and clear page numbers. Use one consistent reference style, most commonly APA, and apply it everywhere. Do not chase a magic page count. A complete, well-argued report of moderate length beats a padded one every time. For the exact margins, headings, and reference formatting, watch our dedicated project format video. Let us return to the second path, the internship, for those who prefer it. So which path suits you? A research dissertation is your own study from start to finish, with full field or textual data. It is the better choice if you are aiming for research or a future PhD. An internship of 1 to 3 months places you inside a real gender or women's organization, and your report describes the practice you saw and the skills you built. It is the better choice if you want a job in the development or gender sector. Both carry the same 8 credits, and both end in a report and a Viva. Your report is written. Now submit it correctly the first time. Assemble the final report in this order: the title page, then the approved synopsis pro forma, then a copy of the approved synopsis, then the certificate of originality signed by your guide, then the main report, all 5 chapters, and at the end your references, followed by appendices and your questionnaire if you used one. Make the required number of copies and keep 1 full copy for yourself. Where does it go? You submit the completed project report to your regional center. From there, it is forwarded to the Discipline of Gender Studies within the School of Gender and Development Studies at IGNOU MWGP, New Delhi, 110068. Always collect a submission receipt or a tracking record. That receipt is your proof if anything is ever misplaced. On timing, plan generously. IGNOU runs January and July sessions, and the healthy rhythm is to get your synopsis approved early. Then keep roughly 8 to 9 clear months for the research and the report. Do the synopsis first, the report second, never both in a rush at the end. Exact last dates change from session to session, so always confirm the current deadline on the official IGNOU website before you submit. How is the project marked? And what about the Viva? Here is the evaluation, simply. There is no separate written examination for MWGP-101. Your marks come from the project report itself, and from the Viva when it is held. You need a minimum of 40% to pass. On the Viva, practice varies. Some students are called for an oral defense, and in some cases the evaluator decides based on the report. Treat a Viva as likely, prepare for it, and confirm the current practice with your regional center. If you are called for the Viva, the questions are predictable. Why did you choose this gender topic? What is your main research question? Which method did you use and why that one? What is your single most important finding? What are the limitations of your study? What ethical issues did you face? How does your work link to gender theory? And what would you do differently next time? If you did the project yourself, these are easy. If you did not, they are impossible. 3 moves make the Viva calm. First, know your own report cold. Reread it the night before and be able to summarize the whole study in 2 minutes. Second, speak specifically, using your actual numbers, quotes, and examples, not vague theory. Third, answer honestly. If a limitation is real, name it before the examiner does. Owning the edges of your own work signals maturity, and that is exactly what earns respect in the room. Let us answer the honest questions students actually ask. Is the degree valid? Yes. The Master of Arts in Women's and Gender Studies is a recognized distance degree from IGNOU, a UGC recognized university. It counts for higher study, it supports those preparing for the eligibility test in this field, and it is accepted for jobs. And within the degree, the project is often the part that employers and interviewers respect most, because it is proof that you can actually design and finish a piece of independent research. Where does it lead? In the development sector, NGOs, gender programs, women's commissions, and corporate social responsibility teams all value this training. In research and teaching, it is a foundation for an MPhil, a PhD, the National Eligibility Test, and college-level teaching. And in policy and media, it opens gender analysis, advocacy, and communications work. We keep this qualitative and honest. This is the direction the field opens, not a promise of any specific salary or post. Now, rapid answers to the questions students search most. Is MWGP-101 compulsory? It is a second-year project taken for its 8 credits, and some study plans let you choose it or equivalent theory, so confirm your requirement in the program guide. Can I do an internship instead of a dissertation? Yes. A 1 to 3 month internship in a gender organization is allowed, and it still needs a written report and a Viva. What is the pass mark? You need a minimum of 40%, and there is no separate written exam. The report and Viva decide your marks. Where do I submit the synopsis and report? Both go through your regional center, which forwards them to the discipline of gender studies within SOGDS at IGNOU, New Delhi. Can I write the project in Hindi? The program medium is English. So, if you need to work in Hindi, confirm the current medium option with SOGDS before you begin. Do I really need my supervisor's biodata? Only if your guide is not your IGNOU academic counselor. If your own counselor guides you, the biodata is not required. Let us lock in the essentials. To recap, the code is MWGP-101, 8 credits, second year. You may do a dissertation or a 1 to 3 month internship. Use MWG-005. Research methods as your base. Get the synopsis approved before you start. Route everything through your regional center to SOGDS. You need 40% to pass, and you should prepare for the Viva. Keep the work ethical, clearly gendered and evidence-based, and always confirm any figure that can change against the official sources. If you would like a hand at any stage, that is what we are here for. Guided since 2010 by BK Sahni, we help students of this program with topic selection, synopsis structure, and report guidance. For personalized help with your MWGP-101 project, message us on WhatsApp at 93546 or visit IGNOUMWGP.com. Everything we build is meant to help you do your own project with confidence. That is your complete guide to the IGNOU MWGSR project for MWGP-101. If it helped, please like the video, subscribe for more IGNOU guides, and share it with a classmate who is stuck on their project. Study well, research honestly, and all the very best with your submission and Viva.